I mean, they already know where Endra is, right? They've got her pinned down in there. This is going to be a hard play. That being said, that HK with the 40 rounds in it, the high fire rate, it's actually really controllable now, especially with the new recoil changes.
Yeah, 100%. Trying to rotate through spawn, been spotted on that rotate as well, and Hutch is capping the point currently, so looks like first map, first round will be taken by Team HutchMF, and there it is.
There it is, and Landmark just putting the nail in the coffin there, getting some shots on Endra right as the buzzer went off. And that will mean that the first round will go to Team Hutch here on Airpit. Now, like we said, you can never, ever count any of these teams out based on what you see on, like in terms of performance in any individual round, because the first few rounds, they really are feeling each other out. What are their strategies? How aggressive will people be? What players are playing which point? This is a first to 7, meaning there is plenty of time for them to adapt their strategies and change it up based on what they see.
There's that PKP. Hutch going down. Landmark taking out Jesse and vibing. Getting a frag there as well.
Already in a 4-3 on board with Landmark now, who is moving around that sniper post. He has lots of audio above, the metal sound. We can see Hyperat taking heavy damage, going down to Trey's MP7. Absolute favorite kit of Trey there, I will say. I think he ran that in almost every round that we saw yesterday.
Yeah, really made it work as well, even in those mid-range engagements as well. Strong position here then for Team Hutch. 4v2. 30 seconds left until points are active. WAR-CRIES just popping shots into the plane. Thought he had eyes on there. He goes down to the MP7 Trey. Again, strong playing control here. And Endra, team captain, left all alone trying to salvage something from this round.
4v1, this is not a great place to be, and they have it absolutely pinned in, and there it is. Landmark on the swing, taking out Endra and netting them a second round victory.
That's a nightmare fuel 1v4 to be going up against when you know against Landmark, Trey, Summit, and Vibin. It's a deadly combination.
That's it. I said it yesterday, and I'll say it again. That this lobby is a thing of nightmares for me.
It really is.
Ray on the hard charge into the plane. Again, that MP7, he wants to be up close. He wants to get into that CQB right there in their face, because that is where that MP7 absolutely shines. Is punished with that an early spray, loses an arm. The other arm is red. Thorax also a very, very full-on shade of crimson. Jesse taking out Landmark. WAR-CRIES taking out Hutch. There we go, like domination early on. That's it. And Summit, last player standing, bottom of the plane there. We can hear Team Endra just trying to pen through. They know roughly where Summit will be based on where the other players have gone down. Summit getting the rotate off here, moving up the top. This is a strong place to be. If he can secure the top here, he might have a fighting chance, but no. Hyperat with that PKP knocks him out, netting the first match point for Team Endra.
That was impressive there, how they all collapsed on the plane there all at the same time, picking off those 1v1s, making sure they don't get traded off, and 4 quick kills there to leave Summit on his own to try and again make the most of that final round. But first round on the board there for Team Endra.
We are on board with Jesse Kazam doing the rotate down the left-hand side. Will he go up into the sniper nest, or will he move underneath the plane? No, it looks like he is going to hold out here. We hear that PKP from Hyperat just going absolutely ham in the top of the plane. Vonza taking out Trey. Hutch returning the favor by knocking out Hyperat. And then we see Landmark with the aggressive push through there, taking out Vonza.
Hutch just trying to heal up that red thorax, blacked out stomach.
Landmark on the hunt. He knows that that is where Endra has been sitting, stopping the rotate, stopping anyone on his team from being able to get in and behind her team. But this time it is WAR-CRIES looking up into the top of the plane. It's like both teams are expecting someone else to have taken domination of the plane in the center. They all understand that that is a strategic hotspot. But right now, it looks like they are actually moving around the outside of the plane. Just over 15 seconds remain until the capture point comes online.
Yeah, Landmark just caught a glimpse of somebody there. Back of Louis Vuitton. Waiting for that repeat. Some damage being dealt back and forth here, but no kills. Still a 3v4 while the cap points are active now. Volatile goes down to Vibin, and Landmark gets the kill on Jesse Kazam to make it again another 1v4 for Endra. Looks like it's going to be 3-1 Team Hutch on this first map.
Endra taking out Landmark there. Continues to spray. Oh, and goes down to Vibin there on the left-hand swing. Unlucky. That was a really solid play by Endra. That, you know, not being where they expected it to be and being able to get the rotate around, but unfortunately let down by the time to kill of the 856A1 up against these tier 3 kits.
There could be something of note here for Team Endra, really, because they have such a strong team in Team Hutch. A lot of them are just taking 1v1s without the worry of having a gold graded, so it could be a chance of getting them, you know, picked off one by one here as they do approach the plane.
Volatile taking out Summit. Vonza taking out Hutch. Vibin taking out. Yeah. I was going to say, like, they looked like they were building up momentum there, but unfortunately it slowed right down back into a 4v3. Slight advantage to Team Endra.
Unlucky there for Voilethor. Didn't quite get the shot done, and Vibin takes him down.
Vibin taking a moment to get that heal off, is missing a leg and a tummy. 2v3, Trey and Vibin still up for Team Hutch, up against Jesse, Hyperat, and Endra.
Yeah, only a 3v2, and all importantly, having that plane control here with 5 seconds left before the cap point is active.
Capture point is active now. Jesse in a very strong position. That top level of the plane will allow him to look down on either of those capture points. There we go, taking out Vibin at the top. Earns himself a bleed for his efforts. Trey all alone now. Bottom floor of the plane is good, but not as strong as the top. We hear the PKP of Hyperat. Oh, Endra with the team kill onto Jesse Kazam. Oh, it was already a victory. There we go. Once again, was not watching the timer, was too interested in all of the shooting that was going on.
Yeah, they had two players on the point there, tried to deny the cap, but it had already been round over and already been capped, so Trey had a good position there, low plane, while, you know, Jesse was just above him, but didn't quite have enough time there to prevent the cap.
Odd with Trey as he charges out into the center plane again. A bit of a cheeky angle here. Oh, and gets punished for it. Hutch taking out Hyperat, Vonza taking out Trey there. On board with Vonza, sitting on those stairs, looking for anyone pushing through top plane. Doesn't sound like anyone will be making that move. Both of our teams slowing down a little bit here. This is the strategy change up that I was talking about earlier. Both of our teams trying to adapt to what the other team have been doing, and it looks like Team Endra are expecting some aggression from Team Hutch, and Team Hutch have recognized that that's what Team Endra will be digging in and trying to prepare for.
Yeah, patient play here. Obviously, when it's a first to 7, can be. Oh, there's another kill there for
Vibin taking out Jesse. 10 seconds until that capture point becomes active. All of our players slowing down. And we see this quite often. There's some real aggression right off the rip at the start of the round as everyone jostles for position. And then it kind of slows down. People reload. They get their heals off. And then that checkpoint becomes active and all of the violence starts again.
Just keeping his head clear there. Some spray comes in towards Vonza.
Hearing that metal audio inside top plane. 15 seconds remaining.
Так, блядь, деритесь! Ну что за дела?
We hear the crowd jeering in the background. There hasn't been any shooting or deaths for a moment now. There we go, Vibin taking out Vonza. The cleanup crew have entered the arena. 2 players up for Team Endra against 4 from Team Hutch. Are they going to try and make a play onto that capture point? No, they won't need to.
Yeah, it's interesting as it goes to 4-2 for Team Hutch. Like we've seen those, early pushes and strong fights over and for plane control. And that in that round we had, it slowed all the way down, and it was almost a test of patience there towards the end in terms of, who's going to make the move first and who's going to overcommit.
That's it. You really need to try and find a good position in that early push, because the moment the checkpoint comes in, it's going to dictate the rest of play. There are 2 points in this map, which means that it could flow in either direction. You don't want to overcommit either way. There we go. What a shot from Hutch, taking out Volathor.
Yeah, that position that we saw Walker taking up yesterday a bunch, and Hutch making the most of it there as well.
Exactly. Such a strong position because it does give you a really good view across the top of the plane. Lama taking out Jesse Kazam. Trey taking out Vonza. 5v2. Endra and Hyperat remain. Trey taking out Hyperat. Endra once again all on her own up against the avalanche of Team Hutch players. Does manage to take out Summit there. Summit seeming to hesitate for a moment, uncertain if that was a teammate or Endra doing the rotate. But there it is, Vibin putting that MDR to great effect. 5-2. That is a 3-point advantage, Iron. This is the domination that we've really come to expect from Team Hutch.
Yeah, 100%. And this, to bear in mind as well, is a Team Endra pick as well. So they're hoping to be strong on this map, but looking like it's going to be a tall order if they want to claw this one back. Very advanced position here for Hutch in the top lane. He goes down to the PKP of Hyperat.
Endra again playing that side lane. Really important to have somebody there to prevent anyone from being able to rotate on you and get in behind your team. Trey taking out Vonza, who did manage to get back behind them. And there it is, Hyperat with the PKP taking out Trey. Landmark now on the hunt. Gets him behind and manages to take him out. Summit also taking out Endra, meaning Volathor is all alone. 1v3 up against Landmark, Vibin, and Summit. Does manage to make it a 1v2 situation, but it is still going to be a tough ask going through Landmark and Vibin. And there it is, Vibin takes him out, securing a 6-point for Team Hutch. Only one more required, Iron, for them to seize the first map and go earn the first map point. They will need 3 to progress into the grand final.
Yeah, strong start in map 1 here for Team Hutch.
Here it is, the painkillers are popped, the stims have been injected, and our teams charge back out into the center of the map.
I've been checking those right flanks for Burger King. Front plane as well seems clear. No one challenging him at the top so far. 2 frags there for Team Endra. Voilethor taking out Landmark, and Vibin also going down.
They've slowed it down a little bit and allowed Team Hutch to push into them where they've bettered themselves in, knowing that with the additional confidence they have of the 4-point lead, they might be playing a bit more aggressively.
Yeah, they haven't written off this map completely. They still want to try and coming back.
Hutch taking out Vonza, even with Hyperat putting on the suppressing fire. But Endra does manage to take out Trey. It is a 3v2. Hutch and Summit still up on Team Hutch, facing up against the very tough competition from Voilethor, Endra, and Hyperat. Hyperat taking out Summit. It looks like they will manage to secure a 3rd point here.
There it is. That's the 3rd point then for Team Endra.
Definitely well needed, and that will be a confidence booster for them. A very, very tough ask there for Hutch. The Vel is a fantastic gun, but when you're going 1v3, the chances of it overheating and jamming on you, very, very high.
Yeah, especially with these loadouts with the 20-round mags. It's a tall order for sure. Somebody watching for that cross. Already heard the suppressing fire on the left side there. Knows where Hyperat is. Jesse Kazam taking out Hutch.
Looks like Hutch slowing down a little bit there. Oh, and Trey takes out Jesse.
Hyperat getting the kill on Summit. Trey getting the kill on Vonza.
They've slowed it down a little bit, but Team Hutch definitely playing their picks. It is still a 3v3. Heavy damage to Trey there in the bottom of the plane. Has lost a leg. Everything else has some slight damage there. Opting to get the heal off on his stomach. Probably not the best decision, but I'm sure we will see healing on that head and thorax.
Quick glance up at the scoreboard, see how many enemies alive there from Landmark.
Under 10 seconds remain until those capture points come online. Endra in a really strong position here if they do get the checkpoint on that side. Parat also holding the plane with that, that big PKP. 40 rounders left in that box mag. It looks like he had another spare mag there ready to go. Vibin up top holding that plane. It looks like it is going to be the A site that is active. Again, this is why that top plane is such a strong point to hold, Iron. Just being able to quickly rotate between both of the capture points and make sure that he can push anyone off them if he needs to.
Yeah, only 7 seconds to make the most of it now because the cleanup crew will be coming in shortly and that plane is going to get pushed.
That's what they do, and there it is. Tick tock, the cleanup crew are here. Trey taking a moment to grab the additional heals. Not a bad idea if this does turn into a heal off between both of our teams, but with 3 players aside. Oh, and there it is. No, we see Vibin going down to the first radar. As we said, they do push into that plane, which is where Vibin was. Trey on the prowl around the outside here with that MP7. A good spot to try and... Oh, manages to take out Hyperat. Good spotting. That almost looked like a body to me, Iron.
Yeah, good spot there. Like we said, putting that MP7 to work with those mid-range engagements and rotating through the spawn here.
The radiation effect is in. Oh, and there it is.
Landmark on his own against Endra and Voilethor. Endra is capping the point, and Landmark has no chance of denying the cap. Oh, he does! With literally less than a second left on the cap, he's denied that cap, and it's 1v1 with Voilethor. He's going to push him out into the spawn now.
That was like one of those Counter-Strike moments where you see 0.01 on the bomb timer right there. Landmark just putting on a show, building up the suspense. We love to see it. in a
It's gonna get
1v1.
pushed
This
by
is
raiders there though. Out in that spawn, you can hear the footsteps surrounded landmark now.
Landmark doing the smart thing here. We can see that he is focusing on his thorax and head, taking a moment to grab additional heals off that body. We see the AFAC coming out.
Yeah, Voilethor does have limbs missing, so lower max health. Tony currently winning this this heal off in round number 10.
Sounds like the Raiders have stopped their patrols, but I haven't heard Killer or Tagilla yet.
Что за слабаки сегодня? Идите уже в бой!
Landmark potentially suspecting that Voilethor is in that side building. Might have heard the heals.
Yeah.
He's absolutely correct. They definitely both know where the other is. We can see them both looking across in each other's direction, almost tempting the other to push into them. Landmark has now lost his legs. We hear shots ringing out. Voilethor on the prowl. That is exactly where Landmark is. Stopping for a moment to get a heal on that head. He is a chicken nugget. No arms, no legs, no tummy. But in between heals, in between listening to those raiders, they will be looking for one another. And remember, once Voilethor starts shooting here, I have a feeling that he is going to be quickly contending with Landmark, who is not more than 15 meters away.
Yeah, it's difficult to push though when you got no legs, no thorax and head. You're going to be draining your health very quickly here, so he knows where he is now, but no chance to push this really. Any sort of sprinting on that, those black legs with the gas going, it's going to be death. Voilethor has a chance here opening for the point still being active, with him being not too far away from it, and him knowing that Landmark's going to be busy healing far away. Sees a barrel of another raider there. Goes down. Killer does Landmark, and that's a win for Voilethor.
What? There it is again, Iron. I have to say, I keep going. You know, one team feels like they are absolutely dominating, and then we see what we've just seen, which is Team Endra rallying and able to get their trades, get their picks, get really good position, and ultimately claw back a couple of points. But they still have a very hard task ahead of them. They need another 3-round wins in a row, because if they give up a single round, Hutch will be banking the first point here on Airpit.
Yeah, that's right. Seems like they're giving up playing control altogether for this round here. Everyone playing their lanes. Trey getting the first blood of the round.
Jesse taking out Vibin. 4v4. More shots ringing out.
Trey not overcommitting there, chasing down Jesse, because did get some damage on him, but didn't want to overcommit heading in towards the enemy spawn area.
Good way of playing it, and using the bottom section of the plane in this early round is really good, I've found, because not a lot of people watch the bottom level, and it will mean that if he needs to, he can push up to the top floor and try and dominate up there with just over 15 seconds remain until those capture points become active.
Yeah,
definitely seeing some slower plays from Team Hutch this time. They are allowing Team Endra to push into them. They've given away the last 2 rounds, and they need to make sure that they don't make it 3. There is Hyper out with that PKP, taking out Summit. Jesse taking out Trey. Three v 2.
Yeah. On the point is Endra's team. 3v1 on the cap point, 5 seconds left. See if Landmark can deny the cap once again. And he does. 2v1. And does go down, which means that Team Endra bring it to 5-6. 3 rounds in a row now. Seeing a shift in momentum there. We saw Team Hutch slow it all the way down, trying to make sure they guarantee that win to secure map 1, but no. Endra's team still staying in and keeping the fight in.
And once again, this feels really choreographed. You know, there hasn't been any kind of domination. It's like almost not round for round, but it's certainly feeling like that with the scores. You know, 5-6. There is nothing between these two teams right now. We will definitely be wrapping up this map in the next 2 matches.
Hutch with the first frag of the round, taking out Jessica Zam with the plane control.
Bolithor returning the favor, taking out Vibe in there, 4v4. Team Endra seem to be thinking that Team Hutch will be playing it a little bit slower again, but it seems that they are playing slightly more aggressively. They have managed to get in and secure the plane, both top and bottom level. Landmark on the prowl, looking for anyone over in German, trying to do the rotate. 25 seconds until the capture points become active.
Yeah, the Val of Hutch taking out Voilethor. 4v3 with 5 seconds left and total plane control here for Team Hutch.
And there it is, the capture point is active. Hutch taking a look around, he will have commed which side the the capture point is. Unfortunately for Team Endra, it will be on the opposite side. There it is, Landmark taking out Endra, 4v2. This could be it, Iron. This could be GG for Airpit.
Vons are still taking out Summit though. Brings it to a 3v2. Landmark taking out Hyperat. And that's the win. Match 1 wrapped up. 7-5 to Team Hutch.